What's up, everybody? Smooth Cosplayer here, your favorite salsa dancing cosplayer, and it's the most wonderful time of the year. No, not quite Christmas, but DragonCon. DragonCon is in less than a week. It is my favorite convention of all. I'm so hyped, so excited. This is my annual staycation as well. When I say staycation, I mean that when I get off work for DragonCon, that Wednesday before DragonCon, I don't go back to work until the next Wednesday. And when I go back to work the next Wednesday, I'm already putting in my PTO for the next year. It ain't a game, y'all. It's that serious. Anyway, in preparation for DragonCon, I've already posted my cosplay lineup for the weekend. I got about 9 different costumes I'm wearing throughout the convention. As Joe Colton Cosplay and I joked a few interviews ago, she has been a very bad influence on me when it comes to jamming in a whole bunch of costumes throughout the whole weekend. But seriously though, like, DragonCon is a 4-day or 5 or 6, depending on what day you get in and what day you leave. Some people start turning up on Wednesday, some people don't leave till Monday. Anyway, multiple day, 24-hour costume party. So why not cram everything in as much as you can? Speaking of cosplay lineups, it's become customary for cosplayers to post their cosplay lineups on their social media, or if the convention they're going to has a Facebook group, posting it there. I don't know how that became a thing, but I speculate it became a thing because I'll just speak for myself. I know there are costumes of other cosplayers that I want to see that I haven't seen in person yet, that I want to get pictures of, get pictures with them in those costumes, all that good stuff. So costumes of other cosplayers that I'm checking for, other people are checking for costumes of mine. So I assume everybody kind of has some sort of similar thing for that when they post their cosplay lineups. And a lot of other thing that will happen in these Facebook groups is that people will ask, hey, how do you guys go about setting your cosplay lineups for the weekend? Everybody's different, of course, but I decided, hey, tonight I'm just going to share with you guys the method to my madness when it comes to creating my cosplay lineups. So I have about 4 different factors that I consider when I make my cosplay lineups, and they're all weighed differently depending on what convention I'm going to. So for DragonCon in particular, the biggest factor for me is the group photo shoot schedule. That became a thing for me after the very first time that I cosplayed. 2012 DragonCon, only went for 1 day, cosplayed as Snake Eyes, and I went the whole day, several hours from like 10 until about 5 before I found any other G.I. Joe costumers. And I was like, why did it take me that long to find it? I'm like, I can't be the only G.I. Joe costumer here. Yeah, I finally found a handful, but I was like, why did it take that long? I found out after the fact that there is a G.I. Joe photo shoot that happens every Sunday, and I'm like, oh, I wish I would have known about that ahead of time. So I finally got to go. I had a great time. I loved geeking out with my fellow G.I. Joe fanatics. Loved seeing all the popular G.I. Joe costumes, but what really made my day was seeing people cosplay as all the underappreciated, underrated, obscure characters. Like, that always is a treat for me, seeing that. So looking at that, I was like, there's got to be the same thing going on for the other fandoms that I'm a part of. So I was able to find, there's actually a group for the group photo shoots for DragonCon, the DragonCon group photo shoots scheduled group. And in there they have this big, elaborate, well-organized spreadsheet that shows you all the different photo shoots that are happening, all of the days are happening, the times, the locations, all of that. So for my 9 cosplays, 6 of them are based on what group photo shoots are happening. So let's just go down the list. On Friday, there's the Mortal Kombat photo shoot, so I'm wearing my Rain cosplay for that. Later that night at about 8:30, there's the Jedi vs. Sith photo shoot, so I'm wearing my Disney and Star Wars mashup, Sith Jafar, for that. The next day, Saturday, I'm actually running the X-Men photo shoot at 4:30, so I'm wearing my gender bin of Domino from X-Force there. I'm keeping that on for the giant Marvel photo shoot that's going on at 8, I believe it's 8:30. No, it's at 7. The giant Marvel photo shoot that goes on at 7, so we're keeping my Domino on for that. The next day, Sunday, is the G.I. Joe photo shoot at 10, wearing my 1991 Snake Eyes for that. And then the last 2 photo shoots that I'm going to for the whole weekend, the Black Keats, a DragonCon photo shoot at 2:20, and the Deadpool and Friends photo shoot. I forget the exact time. It's probably around 4 or 5:30, something like that. But I'm wearing my, I'm doing a gender bend of the Zazie Beetz version of Domino from Deadpool 2, so I'm wearing that for both of those photo shoots. So about 2/3 of my cosplay lineup is based on those photo shoots, and that's also why I cram so many in one weekend. I'm like, as long as there's not a schedule, a conflict of schedule, I'm like, why not dress up for each and every one of those photo shoots? So that's why there's so many costume changes for me throughout the weekend. And it's not really hard. The hard part is actually getting my costumes to the con. Like in between, like that's actually the refreshing part, getting to go back to my friend's hotel room and change clothes. That's relaxing and refreshing, getting the air out a little bit, getting the AC, all of that. That's the fun part. So yeah, now other conventions I do take into consideration the group photo shoot schedule, but DragonCon is its own monster. Like, do not use DragonCon if you go. Do not use it as the barometer for any of your other convention experiences. It's in its own league, so don't use that as a reference. So other cons, their photo shoot schedule is not as elaborate, not as extensive. So I might go to like 1 or 2 photo shoots throughout the whole con for other conventions. So that I consider that factor, but I don't really put a whole lot of weight into it for other conventions. So the next biggest factor for me is what my friends are doing. So a lot of times me and my friends have the same interests, the same fandom, so we'll coordinate, get together, do group photo shoots or group or meetups, group cosplays, things like that. So for Friday, me, Aquarius taught me cosplay, skrillin23 on Instagram, Faerie Nymph cosplay, Melodious Powah cosplay. We are all doing a Final Fantasy VII cosplay group. And we're not really an official photo shoot, but we are getting, we do have a photographer. Big shout out to Mahogany Wings Photography. She's doing photos of us when we first meet up, so that way we're at least guaranteed a few good shots, and then we're just gonna walk around the con and be awesome together. So I'm wearing my Rude from the Turks for that group. Now the rest of the collaborations I'm doing are just me and one other person. Up next is me and Hurricane Kitten cosplay. She's wearing her katana from Mortal Kombat 3. She might be working on it right now as we speak. But yeah, Con Crunch is serious, y'all. Con Crunch is serious. But she's bringing her katana cosplay. She told me she was bringing it just for me and Rain. I'm like, okay, I'm cool. That works for me. So we're doing Katana and Rain. Now we're also coordinating that with the group photo shoot schedule. So we're doing our Katana and Rain photo shoot right at the end of the, right after the Mortal Kombat group photo shoot. Kind of being efficient with it, so that way we don't have to get into the same costume more than once over the weekend. We're doing that shoot with SF Design 21. Big shout out to SF Design 21. He does amazing work, amazing photography, amazing edits, amazing composite shots, all of that. Y'all go look him up. Then same thing later that night. I'm tag teaming with Royalty Cosplay. You've seen her in some of my videos before. Whenever I do Sith Jafar, she does Sith Jasmine with me, so we're going to do that at the Sith vs. Jedi photo shoot that night. The next day for the X-Men photo shoot, I'm hooking up with Kawaii Mayhem cosplay. Met her last year after the Deadpool and Friends photo shoot. I was wearing my gender bend of Domino. I was actually in mid photo. Somebody had asked me for a photo, and way across the courtyard I see this super awesome, beautiful, tatted up gender bend of Cable. I'm like, she's gender bend Cable, I'm gender bend Domino. Third thing in the comments, let's get pictures. And I came this close to like canceling that picture that somebody was taking of me and running across the room and getting that picture. Because if y'all watched my last video about cosplay problems, like, y'all know sometimes if you don't get that picture right then, you won't get it at all. I didn't leave that guy in that photo. I couldn't bring myself to do it, but fortunately when I was done, she was still around, and when I went to go talk to her, she actually had seen me already and wanted pictures with me. So there was like this little platonic cosplay love at first sight thing going on between us. So we did a little impromptu iPhone photo shoot. We kept in contact after that. We decided we'll do some real shots this year, so we decided to hook up and do a photo shoot together. So we're going to do that after the X-Men photo shoot Saturday. Big shout out to Westphalen Photography, who's going to be doing some shots for us. And big shout out to Dr. Law's Photolab, who is hooking up with me to do the X-Men photo shoot. They do amazing work, and they're also doing the Sith versus Jedi photo shoot. They're doing a lot of stuff over the weekend. Y'all just check out that whole DragonCon group photo shoot schedule. They got there's a lot of photo shoots there that they're taking a part of and or putting on themselves. What else? Oh, so the next day, this isn't really an official meetup or photo shoot that I'm doing. It's just me and my boy being awesome together. Jets Cosplay found out that he is doing a gender bend of Zazie Beetz' domino just like I am, so we decided, hey, let's just both do it on the same day. So yeah, second factor, what my friends are doing, hooking up with them, doing awesome things together. Third factor for me is if I want to debut a particular cosplay, or if I have a cosplay that is that I have seen is pretty popular among people, then I might wear that one. I'll use that one on Saturday. Most conventions, Saturday tends to be the day that if you can't go to any other day, that's the day you go to, because that's, I guess, the vast majority of the big celebrities show up that day for like their booths and photo ops. The big panels happen that day. Everybody brings out their best cosplays that day. So for me, that one is the Ninja formerly known as Rain cosplay is a mashup that I do. Excuse me. I'm wearing that one on Saturday night because that's when pretty much everybody's just out and about and being seen and whatnot. So there's that. And then the last factor for me is comfort. I say comfort for last just because I kind of look at comfort and cosplay as opposites. Like, you're not really going to be but so comfortable in a cosplay. I'm wearing my least uncomfortable cosplay on Thursday. I'm kind of easing into it. Not everybody eases into it, but I just kind of, hey, I ease into it on Thursday. So that one is actually a original character / closet cosplay / casual cosplay. So I'm really just wearing an Adidas tracksuit with some other accessories. So that's like the most comfortable I'll ever be in a cosplay. Speaking of comfort, I'm finally going with comfort for the DragonCon parade. I've been in the DragonCon parade. I keep saying DragCon like I keep cutting the word short. Being specific about that because there is a such thing as DragCon. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but there is a difference. So for the DragonCon parade, I'm doing Roadblock from G.I. Joe, because like the last 3 years when I was in the parade, I wore my Cobra Viper. That thing is hot, got a waterfall of sweat going down my back in like 3 different layers, and a helmet in the hot Georgia August heat outside in the sun. Why did I do that to myself? Anyway, I'm doing Roadblock because all I'll be wearing is a tank top, an H harness, and some BDUs. I'm good. Hopefully that will mean less uncomfortable hotness going on. So that's pretty much it. That's how I plan my cosplay lineups for any particular convention. I would love to hear how you guys plan yours. Just hit me up in the comments. Let me know. That's it for me tonight, guys. Y'all have a good night. Have a good time at whatever con you're going to next. Good luck on your cosplay builds. Please hit that like button, that subscribe button, that share button, and I will see y'all at the next video. Peace.